Okay, guys, good morning, good afternoon. Um, there's something significant has happened in the market just in the last 24 hours. So I'm actually recording this during the night because the market is closed. But as I say, something significant. If we look just on the right hand side here, you'll see that we have a positive return. It's not even 0.1% as yet, but it is in green. And better than that still, if we look below here at the stats, you'll see a 0.63 increase for the day, 2.66 for the week, and 3.84 for the month. Those are all tending to indicate nice, steady, stable growth. Excuse me, and that's what it's all about. If you remember recently, I've been talking about the belief that I thought I could see, as I termed it, green shoots. And to demonstrate that, I used the 2 times and 3 times leverage funds, and so obviously, as I say, when you look at this graph or this chart, it looks a lot like a roller coaster, and really, apart from the amplitude of the waves perhaps getting a bit less, there's not an awful lot to say about it. When you look at that as represented on a 2 times leverage, you do see it's sort of got a higher point, lower, lower, lower. But if you look at the bottoms, we have a sort of a low, then a lower low, and then a less low low, and there's a sort of a positive sign there. Let's just look at the statistics for that. For the day, 0.47 up, for the week 4% up, and for the month almost 10% up. And then if we look at the 3 times leverage, and this I think is the one where I thought I could really see the most hope in terms of green shoots. So as I had mentioned probably before, you had a low low, then a not so low low, and then look at the length actually of those blue bars. They're not perhaps all that long, but whereas sometimes like here in this stretch, you've got a degree of uncertainty. You've got a blue, a red, a blue, a red, a blue. Down here you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blues, and it's not, obviously can't pretend we haven't seen that before. We have. Other times they were bigger, like here for instance, but then followed soon after by a decline. This looks a lot more stable. They're not just so large, but they're significant enough, and I think we're starting to see a return to profitability. Just to look at the stats on the 3 times leverage, up 2% for the day, 8.5 for the week, 15.5 for the month. Over 3 months it's 3.9% ish. But again, the first 3 all green, and each one greater than the last. So it looks to me as if things are heading in the right direction. Now let's just have a look at the other view, which is this one. Now we've looked at this before, and to be quite honest, from this view it's very difficult to see the difference between the grey line and the blue line, but the reason, let me see if I put this to a year. Yeah, okay, so it still looks the same. I suppose if you look at these numbers up here, and I'll start from the bottom and I'll work my way up. So near the bottom, in fact at the bottom, first investment went to a positive return, and then we started to see negative, positive, negative, positive, no, negative, negative for a bit here, and that was in May last year, June last year, July last year, and obviously, as I've said so many times before, when you are continuing to invest when the price has fallen, you're taking advantage of dollar cost averaging. So there's up to July last year. Then there was a brief turnaround, a bit of back and forth, actually quite good in August by the looks of things. I had forgotten that. Getting us up as much as 8% there. 20th of August. Short-lived. There we're into September and October. End of October, November, December. Now December I know was not great because I can sort of just about see the difference between the grey line and the blue line. I wonder what the biggest percentage negative was. I saw, oh there's 4.68. That might be it. 4.7. Quite recently, that was the 20th of January. And we're back into the green just at the close of the market today. Let me put that onto a 3-month time frame. Okay, so on the 3-month time frame, you can more clearly see the portfolio value, which is in blue, and the amount invested, which is just in this. I call it a grey line. It's actually more like a white dotted line. So where the amount that is invested, so where the arrow is, not where the dot is, but where the arrow is, where that amount is greater than the portfolio value, which is the blue, then you've got a negative return, as shown above here, and it'll show you the value of the negative return, as well as what percentage that represents of the total invested. So when was that really starting? That started around about the start of December, and pretty much continued all the way through January, didn't it? Because we're now at the start of February. So there you go, guys. That just lets you see sort of the last short period. Actually, I thought it was interesting whenever I saw this chart over here, because if you watch the dates up here, as I bring that back down, you'll see that actually goes back as far as October 2015. And it looks as if the market was actually just in the throes of a recovery phase at that point, because as you can see there, the value was as low as £24.60, and it shot up from the 5th of October to the 28th of November to £33 exactly in that time frame. That's quite a significant rise. Somebody better able than me might be able to work out roughly what percentage that's going to be. In fact, I'm going to say that's roughly 50% in the space of about a month, because half of 24 you're talking 12, add 12 onto 24 you get 36. Okay, it didn't quite go to 36 at that point, but it'll not be. There you go, there's 37. So it added half its value within so November or October, even October 2015 through to March. So basically within 6 months, back in actually, sorry, it wasn't 6 months to get to 37, because that's 2017 and here it is 2015. So it took a couple of years, but it's near enough added 15% there in a space of a couple of years, which is really good. A really steep recovery there that's just about to go off the edge. I suppose if you kind of move along that a bit, that'll be the COVID dip there, March 2020, and obviously you can see a fairly steep recovery after that as well. I'm not sure what the chart looks like just prior to this. I haven't looked at it to see, but you could well imagine that these sorts of steep recoveries could be what we're going to see going forward at the end of the current bit there. So what I had done there is I had gone from the sort of maximum view that it'll show me to a 1 year view, and as we know, the last year has been particularly poor, and in fact it is showing negative just by 1.2% compared to this time last year. But in, I suppose, real terms, you could say, well, if the market hadn't made, 10%? Is that what inflation is, or is it 11%? Then in real terms, it would actually have fallen, I suppose you could say, over the last 12 months. And even though it currently appears to be at the same value as it was this time last year, near enough, in real terms, that actually represents a fall, because that money's worth less now than what it was then. Guys, not to put too fine a point on it, my expectation, my hope, and my belief is that we're going to see significant growth over the next 12 months or so. I am saying that based on my belief that what we're looking at is currently a recovery. Just literally in the past sort of week or thereabouts, I think we're starting to see recovery. It wouldn't surprise me at all if it takes at least a year to climb back out of the doldrums, and to really turn profitable. But I just thought I would like to jump on and share that information with you guys, just to let you see that the investment portfolio that we've been working on has finally, in recent times, just turned positive. So, thank you for watching. Have a great end to your day, and I will be back next week with some money to invest. Not this week, because we've already done it this week, so you'll have to wait or watch it again. If you find it interesting, if you're enjoying the content, please give us a like, hit the subscribe button if you choose to, and I believe the notification bell should keep you informed whenever there's anything new to watch. Have a great end to your day.